Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope everybody is having a great week so far. If not a great week, then what? A good week. Last night I watched Real Housewives of New York City, and I thought I would give you a little recap and share my thoughts on some of the going-ons with the ladies in the Big Apple. So Real Housewives of New York, let's jump into it. So we started off this week where we left off last week, and that is with Brynn talking about her traumatic childhood. Listen, it was a lot, and it made me like her more, and it made me just appreciate where she's coming from. She was basically, last week she had said that her mother's mother had adopted her and her brothers. Well, she had said that her father had given up his parental rights. She really didn't hear from him at all. And then when she was a senior in high school, someone had reached out to her and said, hey, listen, he is in ICU. He has cirrhosis of the liver, and he has liver cancer. He was in the ICU. She said they had shared a very lovely relationship up until he passed. He had asked her to forgive him. And I mean, listen, I know a lot of people would say, there's no way I could forgive him, but we can't say what anyone would do if you're not in that situation. I mean, the guy's going to pass. He's not going to make it through this. So she just said, what do you do? So she forgave him. She said they had a lovely relationship up until he died, and that's the reason why she just does not like Thanksgiving, is because her father had passed on November 12th. So she just does not like it. And everybody was like, listen, you have pulled yourself up through this. You're a lovely woman. You are just kind and smart, and you've done good. And she had said, like, listen, people ask her, why are you so happy? And she said that she's seen both sides. She's been traumatized, she's been down, and she's been happy, and she just chooses to be happy. I like that. I'm more impressed with her when I see like her backstory. It just makes her, I like her more after I've heard a little bit about her. Jessel then brings up the fact that she is having a party at her house. It's really a fashion party, and it's at her house. It is a fashion party to help a friend of hers who is a fashion designer, and it's also a charity. The charity is going to benefit a foundation, a charity that builds, I believe she said, it helps impoverished children in India, and it helps build schools for them. That's a great charity. I'm not a fan of Jessel's, but I do appreciate that she does that. The ladies all say that they'll be there. Uba says she might be a little late. Jenna says she has an event that night. And then when they ask her, what are your plans? She doesn't remember what the plans are. So that's that. Erin brings up the Hampton cackling hags comment that Jessel had thrown out there in the universe. Jessel then was like, off camera, was like, I don't think anything is wrong with this, because over in England, that means something completely different. It's like saying hello or cheerio. Right. Don't know that I've ever heard any English people, greeting people by saying cackling hag. I don't buy that. I just don't. Jenna found it endearing, and so then Jessel called her a cackling old hag. She added old in there. I don't think that's the case. I don't think Jenna would find it endearing. I think she's just trying to just please. She might be too much of a people pleaser in this instance. Erin then said that she thinks she brings up how Jessel was in the Hamptons, and she said she felt like Jessel was just so annoyed the whole weekend, and she wasn't having any fun. And then they showed some clips of her. I can see where Erin would think that, because she really didn't look like, she looked like she was complaining the whole time. Jessel says that's not the case at all. She had fun. She just really missed her kids. She wanted to get back to her kids. To which point Brynn was like, well, I texted you that day and asked if you were okay. And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm going out. Which, if you're just want to get back into your kids, why are you going to go out? She then said, well, it was for a work function. It was for work. And Erin had said, oh, you're working? And Jessel was a little offended by that. Erin had said that Jessel had told people, listen, after the kids are born, I'm not going to go back to work. And I guess Jessel had never told Erin this, that she had started her own that she had started up a company and she was going back to work. So that's why Erin was like, you're going back to work? Okay, so the next day, listen, number one, Jessel's kids, that's the reason why I don't ever want kids. The running around, the screaming, no. There's not enough extra strength Tylenol to get rid of that excruciating headache, pounding headache that I would have, jackhammer headache that I would have. They then showed Cy a little bit doing some of her work with her, I guess with her assistants. I gotta tell you, Ramona Singer could never with her quote unquote businesses. Remember, she had, what was it, True Religion or something like that, and then she had that skin line. She could never. Ramona Singer could never. Cy, I'm gonna tell you, a couple episodes ago when she kept yelling content creator, I was like, I do not like her. I'm gonna tell you, I will give her a lot of credit, because she had said when she went to college that she was going to major in biomedical or bioengineering, something like that. She wanted to be a pediatrician, but then she saw something else she wanted to do. She built this all up on her own. If she wants to do something, she does it. She goes out there, she learns how to do it, and she does it. It's impressive. I will say that. The more and more that I see Cy and I find out about her, I don't know. I'm liking Cy. I'm liking her a lot. So the next day, Jessel asks Erin to have coffee. So they meet at Tribeca, and listen, Erin is kind of hoping that Jessel is going to be like, listen, I was real annoying in the Hamptons, and I'm sorry for being an ass. I don't think that's going to happen. So Erin shows up to the coffee shop. Right off the bat, it's going swimmingly because Jessel says that Tribeca is up and coming. Tribeca, it's not there just yet, but it's up and coming. And Erin would know because she is in real estate. And she was like, no, it's Tribeca is here. I mean, maybe Tribeca was up and coming when John F. Kennedy Jr. and Caroline were living there, but it's here, like it's there. So that didn't start it off good for her. And then the crazy thing is Jessel was like, she was talking about how when they were at Friendsgiving and it was right after the memorial for Erin's grandmother, who had just passed away. And Jessel said to her, you weren't your normal warm self. Well, what do you expect? She just came from a memorial from her newly deceased grandmother. Who really is? Who's going to be like on point after that? Nobody. I just don't like her. So Erin, as you all know, I just am not a fan. Erin then tells Jessel that she feels like she acts the way that she acts because she's used to just being catered, to being catered to. And Jessel then took it to mean like Erin was saying, well, I think you feel like you're a princess. Jessel was not kind of offended. Jessel was offended. She said it's condescending, because she says, I came over here as an immigrant and I worked my ass off. I mean, I can understand. I don't like Jessel, but I can understand where you would be offended by that. I get. I will give that to her. Jessel then also brings up Erin's working comment, like that comment about, oh, you're working. And she tells her, you know, I started my own company. Erin didn't know this. No, she didn't tell Erin this. And Erin then felt like Jessel is not supporting her. So she's in effect not supporting other women. And Erin was really pissed about this because she said, I do support women. That's not what I was saying at all. I did not know that you are back to working, that you had started this company and that you're working. Jessel then says that she just doesn't have the time for fake friends. Erin, off camera, says she can have a conversation with someone, but she cannot have a conversation with someone who will just not see their part in any conversation. Like someone who just cannot admit, hey, maybe I was wrong. And up to this point, that's Jessel. That's 100% Jessel. I'm not a super huge fan of Erin's, but she's right about Jessel. I think she is. Listen, a small little thing. They went over to Jenna's. Jenna was giving away, or was not giving away, was selling clothes on Instagram. Listen, her closet is amazing, but then this supply, the like overflow, are you kidding me? Some of these things she's like, this is what I wore when I went to Beyonce's wedding. This is what I wore to the White House to meet Obama. This is what I wore when I met Kate Middleton. And she had to be told not to sell the dress that you met the Obamas in. Yeah, don't sell that. I don't even know that I would sell the one that you met Beyonce in. So I thought just that was mind blowing. But she has been in the fashion industry for like decades, and she is such an influential figure in the fashion industry. Also, Brynn and Sai meet up for coffee. Erin then joins in. Jessel called Brynn and told her she's over the Hamptons. She's done with talking about the Hamptons. And they discussed, what was said. Erin basically is saying that she can't really say anything to Jessel because she always takes offense to everything she says, and she can never be wrong. And both Brynn and Sai both said that she will never take accountability. I believe it was Sai who had said, this is all true, but maybe there's bigger issues going on with Jessel. And Erin, they'd asked Erin, are you going to her party? She said she's definitely going to the party because after this, where she was accused of not supporting women, she's definitely not going to go and then have Jessel say, oh, she's not supporting women. Side note on this, listen, Brynn and Sai were playing chess before Erin came in. And I love the fact that Brynn is now doing things as an adult that she wanted to do when she was a kid, but they just didn't have money, like ballet lessons and chess. So I thought that was awesome. A little bit later on, we find out Jenna's putting up the Christmas tree with her family, which is her two goddaughters and her son and somebody else. I didn't get the guy's name or the guy's relationship. They were doing it in style because they had on their personalized lion jumpsuits, very chic. So Jessel's party is upon us. Everybody is there, with the exception of Jenna. Sai is the first person to show up, and she brings up the conversation with Aaron. And I feel like she kind of sides with Aaron a little bit, because she sits down and she says, they start talking about it, and Sai says, well, she called you a princess and you cried. And I'm not a fan of Jessel, but I thought that was a little much. Jessel said that Aaron said that she gives off like a vibe of like old money and, and having to be catered to. And Sai had said, it is, you do give off an old money vibe, probably because of your accent and you're very British. And then Jessel said, well, now everybody's making assumptions based on how I look and how I speak. Isn't that illegal? Not really. It's not. You can't prosecute. No one will take your case. No. Uba and Bryn are talking to Sai, and Bryn was like, I would love to be called a princess or to have old money. Yes. Side note, I love Uba. Love, love, love Uba. More every episode. But wait, where's Jenna? Everybody is asking, where's Jenna? The girls call her up while they're there at the party. Jenna answers, and everybody's putting up ornaments. And the women are confused because Jenna said there was going to be an event, and they're like, what event? This isn't an event. You're putting up, ornaments with your family. Jenna's there doing that because she said she doesn't really get to spend a lot of time with her son. That I completely get. But here's the thing. I love Jenna, but don't call it an event. I'm just saying, just come right out and say there's nothing wrong with you not going. I mean, if you're going to still support Jessel and and this charity, I'm sure she will. She will give money or she will buy something. But just say that. Just say, hey, listen, I'm not going to be coming because I'm going to be putting up a Christmas tree with my family. I don't get to see my son, my goddaughters a lot, so I'm just going to do this. I'm sorry. She really should not have said an event, because then Bryn was like, it's Jenna Lyon, emphasis L-I-E. And if I would have done that, I would have been, really roasted for this, and I would have never heard the end of it, which might be true. So then Aaron shows up. They're talking about all of this. And Jessel, listen, as soon as Aaron comes in, Jessel offered up an apology. I was really surprised. I was shocked as hell. So that's it. That is the recap. Next week, it looks like Aaron and her husband are going to be having a vow renewal ceremony. Looks like there may be a little bit of spiciness from Bryn at that next week. So we shall see. If you watched, in the comments, let me know what you thought. And as always, if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there. Please treat others as you want to be treated. Please take care of one another. And please stay safe. No matter where you are, please stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow for a recap of The Bachelorette after the men tell all. Woo! So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.